The Mysterious Neighbor. One day, a group of boys discussed the strange man of a poorly maintained bungalow next door, with broken windows and stained walls. They make guess as to what the man could be like before deciding to enter the mysterious house, whose back door is always unlocked. The truth, however, is something none of them expect. Let us start this story and know what happens next. We were sitting on top of our garden wall, legs dangling, feeling bored. Swet Agrawal said, "This chap is horrible. Look at the state of his house. Disgusting." We stared across the wall at the old man's tiny bungalow, which was falling apart with broken windows, the paint on the stained walls cracking and peeling off at many places. "It hardly looks like a house," piped little Prem. "I don't like the man," stated Shrinko Talwar. I said, "I think he is poor and doesn't have the money to repair the house." "Poor?" cried Shrinko Talwar. "Poor? That greedy glutton? He buys 6 ras malais every day from the sweetmeat shop. Every day," he repeated, "for the last 3 years. "Sick," said Swet Agrawal. "That fellow must be mad." "He is mad," agreed Arke, my brother, lowering his voice to a whisper, telling us to draw closer. "He doesn't lock his back door. I have watched him for the last 3 weeks. From my window, I can look right down into his backyard. He leaves the door open day and night." "Day and night?" asked little Prem, shocked. "Isn't he afraid of burglars?" "I don't know," my brother struggled his shoulders. "One day I saw a man entering by the back door, a filthy looking fellow. He was carrying some bags under his arms. Maybe he is a smuggler," cried Rinko Talwar. "I have an idea. Let's go and check if the door is open." We stared at him aghast. "What an idea! I thought we couldn't do that." "Come on," Rinko urged. "The old man won't be back until 5. What are we waiting for?" We were off the wall in a few seconds. We strolled over to the old man's gate casually, so casually. Rinko whistled and, still whistling, looking suspiciously around him, tried the lock, pushed the gate open and entered. The others followed and so did I. We flitted past the side wall, past the silent house. Not a sound could be heard except our fleeting footsteps on the cemented ground, and there was the back door, hanging on worn-out hinges, its handle broken. Rinko Talwar pushed the door slightly, a little harder, then maybe too hard, for suddenly the door sprang open and he stumbled into the house. The first room we entered was empty. A few brass pots and vessels lay scattered in one corner. A bicycle on deflated tires leaned against the wall. The air in the room was stale but didn't sting. We tiptoed into the next room, looking stealthily around us. The curtains were drawn and the room was dark, yet we could see that it was almost bare. A bed stood by the window, covered with a rough cotton blanket. On the table was a shining brass tray, looking so weird on the old stained tabletop, and on it stood a glass of water and a stainless steel bowl covered with a plate. "Hey," joked Rinko, "that's for us." He had reached the table and lifted the plate. There, swimming in thick creamy milk covered with pistachios and silver foil, were 6 pieces of rasmalai. We stared down at them and then gazed at each other. Rinko Talwar laughed. "Hey chaps, enough for all of us," and he dipped his finger into the bowl. My brother nudged his hand, pushed him aside and said, Leave them alone, Ringo. Then he pointed to a piece of paper stained and yellow with age standing up against the glass. What's that? Asked little Prem. Read it. My brother picked it up and began to read. Sham, my boy, my brother paused, looked at us questioningly, surprised. Sham, son, he started once again. You might come back today. I know you will. There is your bait ready and some rasmalais waiting for you. I know they are your favorite sweets. Don't ever leave me again, son. My brother stopped reading. He swallowed and just couldn't read on. When he finally did, there was a cry in his voice. I am so lonely without you. No one spoke. All of us stood motionless, avoiding each other's eyes. Suddenly, from behind, I heard a whimper as little Prem began to cry. We walked over to the old man's house in the evening. We knocked at the front door and waited. Finally, the door opened and the old man appeared, frowning down at us. He hadn't shaved that day and his grey, hollow face was deeply lined. Excuse us, please, said my brother hesitantly. We have come to invite you to join us for dinner tonight. Just a few neighbors. You know, we live right next door. Me? Asked the old man, surprised, and a bit of color rushed to his cheeks. Me? But I can't. I don't know anybody here. That's why it is time you get to know us, returned my brother with a faint smile. And we would like to get to know you too, wouldn't we? He turned to us and we cried in unison. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. Written by Sigrun Srivastav.